It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Packers and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Cousins on first down. They'll roll him out right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins being chased out left. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Cousins gives way to Cook.
I'm going to show you.
Yeah, he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 18 yards for Dalvin Cook. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Rodgers on the return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Again, it's Cook. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And this time he is in. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. 52 yards, and the Packers are back within a score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out to his left. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, Cousins. He'll bite, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But
and they're going to fit. And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw-off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
a lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan there to make the grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the result, a Green Bay score. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we...
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Tyler Conklin there to make the grab. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Joseph now to have the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Rodgers on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Good, strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Let's go. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. To try again after the sack, Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. Get the sack on 1st and goal, and a great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Final play of the half. Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The Vikings field goal, a 21-yard attempt.
Joseph's got it, and that will do it for this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go. At their own 24-yard
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 30 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Rolling to his left. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They go play action. Cousins rolling to his right. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got this down to the 35.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they're fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And they're going to speed things up here.
That's a gain of 4.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. 1st down, here's the run with Cook.
Oh, he gets loose right side.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Cook running right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
And they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Cook. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all day.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Cousins, escaping the pressure right.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line.
A give. This is Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and head.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook,
a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 18. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all. You're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now. Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Play fake. Cousins steps away.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the move to his left. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Play action now. Cousins. Flush to his right.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
This goes out wide from Madison.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Dancing to his left. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
These guys are on an offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Rodgers on the return.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead for, and it's a Packers touchdown. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Cousins. They'll roll him out right.
That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On play action, Cousins out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
2nd and 11 now.
Again, it's Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Cook. There's the stiff arm. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking.